destruction, I suppose. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa.
It's the Toronto Raptors and the Chicago Bulls. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. I'm Kevin Harlan. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Amir Johnson.
Well, he's a shot blocker, Kevin, because of his great timing and explosive lift. Amir Johnson has a lot of talent as a big man, particularly at the defensive end of the floor.
And the offensive end, he's relentless in pursuit as well. He's always trying to muscle his way toward the rim, to tip in his shot.
Well, no team likes to have their first-round pick belong to another team. It gets worse when you're a lottery team yourself and you're trying to build your talent base up. But the Raptors' number 12 pick in this summer's draft went to one of the elite teams in Oklahoma City.
And it's Chicago to start out. Butler with the ball, now guarded by DeRozan. 11 feet away, and the rejection by Valanciunas. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
Well, Clark, as you said, the Thunder got the Raptors' first selection this last year. Only the way the Raptors would have been able to hang on to it was, Steve, if they jumped up to the top three in the lottery.
And as bad as it might seem for the Raptors to have not had a first, I mean, and it is bad, it was as good as any other time for them to not have a first-round pick because the draft wasn't deep, and the Raptors have a lot of young talent already and that they can make improvement with.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. On defense, the Raptors. Outside Rose. Rose off the pick from Boozer. Rose with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Outside Butler. Feeds it to Noah. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Noah with the block, and they'll keep possession.
Well, you know, it seems that Amir Johnson is the kind of player who's always in and out of a starting lineup. Never really had a chance to lock down that starting role for an extended period of time last year, but was pretty good when he did get the nod.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Now here's Rose. He dishes it to Noah, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And for Amir Johnson, it's pretty unbelievable, but he's approaching a decade in the NBA. The kid from Los Angeles, it just seemed like the other day, you know, he was just coming to the league at just 26 years of age, and here he is, almost a decade in the league.
Yeah, drafted out of Westchester High School in Los Angeles. You wonder how his development would have been different if he'd gone the college route, but he does seem to be coming on now the last couple of seasons.
Here is Rose after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Outside Rose. Right side Rose. 5 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Rose attacking. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Shot clock at 6. Shot from 12. That's good.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Lowry against Rose. Passes to Gay. He kicks it to Valanciunas. Dang against Gay. It's tipped. Stolen by Noah. Outside Butler. On the wing, Dang. Clock at 6. In low to Boozer. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Rose. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. DeRozan with it. He's picked up by Dang. Here's Johnson. Good.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Now here's Rose. Here's Boozer. A rebound by Johnson.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
It sure did.
I don't think anybody knew where it was going to go.
Bulls trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Here's Boozer. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you know, Carlos Boozer wasn't as efficient last season as we've seen in the past, and I think in large part it was due to the extended absence of Derrick Rose. He was the bailout option for the team on many occasions.
That's good from Boozer. And Clark, for Boozer, you talked about his offensive efficiency. Strong physical player, but he only averaged about, Steve, I think like 3 free throws a game last season.
Well, he's a fadeaway jump shooter. He's an excellent offensive player, pretty efficient in his scoring. But most of his post-ups end up in fadeaway jump shots, and that's why he doesn't get to the line very often.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
You know, Boozer had his name floated around at the trade deadline last season, guys. There were a number of teams that were very interested in having his physicality and scoring ability down low.
Now here is Lowry. Rose with the block. Butler against Lowry. Here's Rose. Butler sets a screen for Rose. Dang passes to Rose. That's good. Rose has got his second basket of the game. And you wonder why Boozer's name would be floated in trade rumors. I mean, one of the top rebounding power forwards in the game, can score inside and outside.
Well, I think, Kevin, teams are becoming more and more cap conscious with the new collective bargaining agreement. And Boozer is a very highly paid player, so even though he's productive, I think some people are going to look at that contract and maybe shy away from it.
Now Rose, following the three-point attempt by DeRozan. And the basket by Rose.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
It's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward.
Rose against Lowry. Here's Valanciunas. Great defense that time from Noah. Chicago leading. Outside Rose. Bulls moving the ball around from the baseline. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And here's Lowry. And powered down the jam.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Rose with the ball. Pass to Butler. Boozer against Johnson. And that one's good. Boozer.
Hasn't been the hot start he's wanted here. I mean, he's got a few to fall, but doesn't seem on target most of the time he fires.
Rose against Lowry. It's Gay with the drive, and that one's good.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
Now here's Rose. 6 points for him. Dang dishes to Noah. Here's Butler. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, the Bulls battled in last year's postseason. Got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round 1 in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round 2.
And the Raptors making a change here. Hansbrough's checked in. Toronto trailing. Now Lowry. Into Johnson. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time. And they had questions constantly being asked if he would return. But the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
You know, they missed him, though, Kevin, I mean, desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal Game 1 in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey.
He communicated to his players that when taking on Chicago, they have to be as physical as possible to match the intensity the Bulls bring. He said they have no problem banging bodies inside, and we shouldn't be afraid to respond. We can't be intimidated by them, and I want us to go right at them. Sounds like we'll have a physical game on our hands, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. Another one falls for Chicago.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Lowry kicks to Hansbrough. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one.
How about the delivery in the lane? Just perfectly done.
Rose against Lowry. Boozer a screen on Lowry. Rose passes to Dent. Trying to find Boozer, and he does now. And the layup's good off the glass. Boozer's got 6.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. Force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
And it's Rose penetrating. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He's got 8.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And here's another thing about him, Steve. Every time he gets his hands on the ball in the backcourt, he's a one-man fast break.
Now here is Lowry. Here's Hansbrough. And he banks in the layup. Hansbrough's got his second basket.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Butler kicks to Boozer. Takes it from 10. Again, Chicago.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Butler against DeRozan to the wing right side. Lowry dishes to Hansbrough. And DeRozan kicks to Gray. No luck. The Bulls leading by 5. And Butler, here we go. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Butler. And that's now 10 points for Rose.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Toronto calls timeout.
And it's nice to see Raptors coach Dwayne Casey getting another chance at being a head coach. A lot of people felt he got a bum rap back in Minnesota in 2007. He had that team overachieving at 500 when he was let go. So I'm glad he's gotten a second chance and he's making the most of it.
Andrew Fields checking in for the Raptors. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Now here is Augustine. The feed now to Gray. Now here is Fields. Augustine with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Outside, Fields, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. And you go back to that Timberwolves team at 500. Casey was let go, and then, Steve, they went 12 and 30 after he was gone.
Yeah, they struggled with his departure, and a lot of the players actually were sad to see him go. So, that's sometimes the case in the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, fairly or not. And in Casey's case, I respect the fact that he got back to work, did a great job in Dallas as an assistant, and is now the head man in Toronto trying to get this team turned around.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now here's Rose. Heinrich outside. And that one's good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Here is Ross. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Fields using his post move to get the 2 points. The Bulls leading by 4. Here's Rose. He's got 10. And here's Heinrich. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
And Augustine kicks to Fields. Fields off a pick from Hansbrough. To the middle, hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Augustine passes to Gray. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
A super defensive play. If that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score. So that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 18.
Well, they find themselves with a big deficit here in the first. One category that jumps out at me, second chance points. Only one bucket for them.
Rose in the post, headed by Augustine. Rose, no good. Augustine with it. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's the Bulls leading by 6. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
One other thing that's clear is how well they're burying their jump shots here in the early going.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Chicago right now, Heinrich and Butler at the 2 and 3. Inside, Gibson and Noah. And it's Rose in at the point. Raptors trail by 6. Now Fields. Now here is Augustine. The pass to Valanciunas. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Valanciunas has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Raptors.
The Raptors really struggled against the rest of the conference last year, only going 22 and 30. And that certainly doesn't put any fear in the opponents. They're looking to improve on that this season.
The shot by Heinrich no good. And Toronto has possession. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Ross dishes to Augustine. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's going to be on Kirk Heinrich. Well, back to the Raptors, I would expect them to end up with a better win total against the East this year, as they have seemed to, Steve, found a bit of their identity at the end of the season.
Well, they made some dramatic changes in the middle of the year, trading for Rudy Gay, and I think ultimately it might be for the best, you know, as they seem to play with more bite as the season wore on. They had more edge, a little more talent, so now they have to put it all together.
No good on that one.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
And he's good on the second. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes, Steve, these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys played too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
For Chicago, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. First one falls for Kyle Lowry. He's checked in for Augustine. Boozer hits them both.
Well, I tell you what, you consider all the injuries the Bulls had last year, and you look at the 34-18 mark against the Eastern Conference, and it's absolutely remarkable considering what they had to go through personnel-wise.
Now here is Lowry. Here's Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Noah. Chicago leading by 5. Heinrich outside. Boozer with the screen for Heinrich. Johnson with the block. Here's Lowry. They set the pick. And DeRozan. Here we go. Gay outside. And he knocks down the jumper. Gay's got 6. And back to the Bulls in the East. It wasn't just one guy who stepped in the shoes of Rose or the departed Ashik. It was a group effort.
You know, you looked at the roster last year, you kind of scratch your head. You go, how is this team going to get to the second round without Derrick Rose? But they did it with a group of role players, with a front line that was tough and nasty and rebounded well, and with great coaching, too.
Here's DeRozan after Carlos Boozer's score. Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. He has 7.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And Heinrich gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 4.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Bart, just piling up points in the paint.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Gentlemen, last season it seemed there was a little back and forth between head coach Tom Thibodeau and the Bulls front office regarding the big minutes he gave his starters. Thibodeau said, quote, "It's never the right amount of minutes. That's the only thing I know. If a guy's not playing big minutes, it's not enough minutes. Then if a guy's playing big minutes, it's too many minutes. So you play to win. That's the whole thing. And when you're a young team, Guys can handle minutes. But guys, both Dang and Noah missed significant time. Noah only playing 66 games in the regular season. Dang out through the last 7 games of the playoffs. You wonder if maybe they have a point.
They've worked to round out the roster. That should help those minutes stay down.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Chicago with the ball. They lead by 4. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Hey, people had no idea, guys, how the Bulls were going to do last season dealing with the Rose injury, but they showed very quickly that they're going to be a team in the hunt, and they were still going to be hard to beat at home.
Here's Butler. Johnson with the block. Heinrich outside. He feeds it to Butler. It's stolen by DeRozan. Gay against Heinrich. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. The drive by Gay. Back to Lowry. Three-pointer. That's Lowry again missing. And back to the Bulls at the United Center that Clark was just mentioning, 24-17 here in this building a year ago. And even though, Steve, they didn't have a lot of high-flying highlights here, they knew how to close out games.
Well, they defend, and that's the main thing. If you want to finish and close out games, you have to be able to defend and rebound. And that's what Tom Thibodeau's teams are always all about, and this year is no exception. He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
Heinrich passes to Noah. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Heinrich dishes to Noah. Butler kicks to Boozer. Shot clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. It's Butler that time on the assist from Carlos Boozer. Butler's got the lead up to 7 now for Chicago. And Toronto has possession. Outside Lowry. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Here is Heinrich, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Boozer inside. Johnson on him. Boozer, no good. Raptors trail by 5. DeRozan with it. Now guarded by Dunleavy. No good from Valanciunas.
An excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Now here's Heinrich. 6 points for him. Back to Butler. Kicks to Noah. Heinrich outside. Another 3 for Chicago.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Toronto calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade for coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Aaron Gray, he's checked in for the Raptors. A jump hook, and he gets it to go. Hansborough's got 6.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
To me, that's the key to any game. Who can win the battle in the paint? And right now, they've got it going.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He told the team he can live with giving up three-point shots, but that they cannot give up any more easy looks inside. He made that crystal clear. He also told them to get tough. He said, let's make this one a very physical game. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Heinrich, following the miss by DeRozan. Heinrich with it. Gay picks him up defensively. And Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
So for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. Raptors trail by 8. DeRozan a screen on Rose. Lowry passes to Hansbrough. Dang against Gay. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Gay's got 4 points this quarter.
Rudy Gay is clearly a player with star potential, guys. He's got size, skill, elite athleticism. He's in his 8th season now, and he's looking to put it all together and make his first All-Star team.
Now here's Rose. He's got 10. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession.
12 seconds on the shot clock. 12.
So it's Chicago now. 6-point game. Butler dishes to Gibson. 4 on the clock. Butler kicks to Dang from downtown. Rebound by the Raptors. DeRozan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for Rudy Gay, a score, a terrific rebound. He can do it all.
I think for him, it's the little things that will put him over the top. Just better shot selection, better focus defensively, but there's no doubt about it. He's one of the most talented players in the NBA, and that's why Toronto made the trade for him last year.
And it's blocked. And here's DeRozan. He's got 9. Lowry kicks to Gay. The dish to Gray. Pass to DeRozan. Feeds it to Gay. Hansbrough inside. Stolen by Rose. Here's Butler. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Just watch how well he defends, guys. I mean, they can always put him on an opposing team's best player and feel pretty good about the matchup.
That's because, Steve, he can instantly read what his man's strengths and weaknesses are, and then he'll neutralize those strengths and exploit the weaknesses.
First free throw is good.
Jimmy Butler was the last pick of the first round back in 2011 by the Bulls. And last season, I tell you what, he really solidified his place in the rotation, guys. He's still developing his outside shot, but he brings an awful lot to light to the table.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Landry Fields checking in for Gay. Ross comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And for Jimmy Butler, what a story. Abandoned as a child, bounced around from home to home. One coach would take him in, another family would take him in. It was a very tough upbringing down in the Houston area. He overcame tremendous odds. And to be where he is today with the great attitude after a short time at Marquette, it speaks volumes of his character.
Well, it sure shows in his play, doesn't it? I mean, just the way he hustles and draws fouls, rebounds, defends. He can guard multiple positions out there. You just love his overall game and his toughness and what he brings to this team.
The Bulls leading by 4. Outside Rose. Rejected by Hansbrough, and he recovers it. Rose, good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Raptors trail by 6. Hansbrough setting the pick for Augustine. Dishes to Hansbrough. Augustine against Rose. Augustine off the pick from Gray. Augustine passes to Gray. Stolen by Boozer. Augustine against Rose. Gibson with the screen on Augustine. Rose kicks to Gibson. Back to Rose. And the call will be against Landry Fields. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul, 3rd team foul.
Boozer dishes to Rose. Gray kicks to Augustine. Landry Fields on the wing. 1:22 left in the first half. Augustine passes to Fields. Just 5 on the clock. Gray dishes to Fields. And he converts the layup. Fields has got 7 points.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Now here's Rose. He's got 12. Dang goes in. Fields with the steal. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Aaron Gray. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
Yeah, no question. If I'm them, I'm definitely going 2 for 1.
Noah with a screen for Rose. Outside Butler. Pulls up. High post. Yes. And it's Rose with the assist that time. 9 points for Butler.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Here's Hansbrough. And the shot falls short this time.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
The kick out to Rose. Butler goes in. He dishes it to Gibson. A beautiful reverse layup. And it's an 8-point Bulls lead.
What a finish with that hoop.
Here's Augustine. The shot no good. And so we conclude the first half. Bulls lead by 8. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
And now.
Second half is about to get underway in Chicago. So long, take care. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports at the Half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Well, in terms of his points in the first half, I mean, that's pretty much what we've come to expect out of him.
Yeah, that's an open book on all you need to know about what talent he has. I'll bet he adds a lot more to that tally in the second half.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lowry and DeRozan, they're at the backcourt. And it's Gay in at the small forward.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Now here's Dang. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
What determination. There was a lot of competition for that rebound, and he came away with it.
DeRozan with it. Butler covering. Lowry against Rose. The drive by Lowry. Passes it to Johnson. That's good. Johnson's got 9.
Look at the points in the paint, the inside game. It's been very one-sided here for a while now.
Well, the defense just hasn't been physical enough at the rim. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have come from the paint.
It's stolen by Johnson. Fast break Toronto. He's got the ball and finished off by DeRozan.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Chicago leading. Outside Rose. Johnson against Dang. Noah with a screen on Lowry. Rose goes in, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, with Derrick Rose out, a lot of people thought the Bulls would flounder last season, guys, but they were still one of the tougher teams in all of the East, in part because the culture of toughness and next man up has been instilled in that group from its coaching staff, starting with Tom Thibodeau. I don't think this takes away anything from how great Rose is, but I think it certainly speaks to how bought in and committed to the team that every man on that roster is.
The free throw drops for Rose. Well, back to the Chicago Bulls team, you got to give a lot of credit to the culture of defense and effort that Coach Tom Thibodeau has created there, Steve.
Well, they weathered Rose's absence remarkably well. You know, advancing in the playoffs, giving Miami all it could handle. And you wonder, you know, with the healthy Rose now and all these other players having developed, is Chicago a championship caliber team? I think they are.
I agree. And Rose drops them both.
The Raptors have not defended well against Rose.
He has 14 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
Now, that's obviously not a big number, but you know, he's been doing some valuable defensive work for him.
Stolen by Noah. Butler goes in. Outside Butler. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. 14 points for Carlos Boozer. Raptors trail by 6. Over to the left wing. Now here's Valanciunas, covered by Noah. Valanciunas, good.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Now here's Butler. 9 points in the game so far. Dang with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Here's Noah, and he makes good on the layup. And the Bulls lead by 6.
He used his strength there to get into the post without much of a fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think they've got to muscle up on him a little more. Do a better job next time in there.
Lowry drives in, and Valanciunas kicks to Lowry. Rudy Gay on the way. Lock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. Again, Toronto.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
The Bulls leading by 4. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, an interesting revelation regarding Rudy Gay came out recently. I mean, he's had vision issues for years and refused to wear corrective lenses, contacts, or goggles. That might explain why a player with such a great looking stroke would struggle with his shooting percentages from outside.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. He told the huddle they need to go hard to the hoop whenever possible to either draw fouls or get high percentage looks right at the 10. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Knocked away. And it's Rose penetrating. That is good. Rose has got 16. And Clark, you talked about Rudy Gay declining to wear contact lenses. Steve, that doesn't seem to make any sense to me.
Well, there's got to be a good reason for it, and I haven't talked to Rudy about it. But look, I mean, every player has to be comfortable out on the floor. You either, wear goggles or wear contacts or don't wear anything at all. I mean, it's whatever is comfortable. That's the most important thing.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Lowry against Rose. Valanciunas. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Valanciunas has got 4 points this quarter.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He just One of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And you've also got to love what a forceful low-post defender he is. If he blocks one of your shots, you remember it. He sends them into the stands to make a point.
Raptors trail by 6. Outside Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. And DeRozan. Here we go. And he gets it to go. DeRozan's got 13. Bulls have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Rose against Gay. He kicks it to Johnson. The shot misses. Boozer with the defensive effort. The Bulls leading by 4. Rose with the ball. 16 points for him. A baseline J. It's Chicago with another bucket.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Now here is Lowry. And here we go. The Bulls fast break.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Raptors trail by 8. Just again. Latre. And Luol Deng pulls it down. Deng's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Butler with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Rose dishes to Noah. Butler on the wing. Lowry covering. Butler kicks to Rose. Just 5 to shoot. From 10 feet out. Here's Boozer. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The Raptors have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Johnson sends the screen for Lowry. And it's blocked by Deng. And he gets it back. Left side, Deng. Shoots from 14. Offensive rebound. The kick outside to Butler. The feed to Boozer. And the pass to Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Deng with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. The Raptors making a switch here. So it's Chicago now. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan.
That foul gives him 4, so he's just 2 away from being Dairy Queen.
From deep, Rose. It's hauled in by the Raptors. DeRozan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Johnson's got 11 points.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet. You know, it wasn't a surprise that the Raptors struggled on the road. Most young teams do. They were 13 and 28 as the visiting team. They did end the year looking a lot more dangerous on the road than they started, though.
And that one's good.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Raptors trail by 11. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
But if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Some changes for Toronto. Ross comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Well, Clark, you were talking about the Raptors' struggles on the road. They didn't have the best road record at the end of the season, as you said, but, Steve, they did show some bite with their goal.
You know, one of the interesting stats from the Raptors last year is they actually scored more points on the road than they did at home, and that rarely happens in the NBA. But I think the big thing with Toronto, their defense has to improve more than anything else.
Here's Augustine after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And that one's good by Gay.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Now here's Rose. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
You know, it appeared to be another season where the Raptors would be near the bottom of the league, but while the terms rock bottom and embarrassing floated around, they made some moves and were able to go on a run to climb towards the middle of the pack.
Well, we all know the trade for Rudy Gay, the major move coming last season for the Raptors. They were able to get a look at the playoff scenario at times. And, you know, Steve, it looked like they were much more competitive down the stretch.
Yeah, this is a team that has struggled the last few years, but I think that spark near the end of the regular season gives them hope. And now it's time to start that climb, get back into the playoffs, and continue to build and become an excellent NBA franchise, because they have the potential to do so.
And the Raptors making a change here. Fields checked in. And both free throws good from Gibson.
And if they continue to shoot well from the free throw line like they are, I mean, their lead is going to be pretty steady here.
That's not an overstatement. They've literally not missed a single foul shot this half.
Now here is Fields. 7 points in the game. He feeds it to Hansbrough. Kicks to Fields. Tries a three. Kirk Heinrich with the rebound.
Such a solid performance for them inside. The rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Now Augustine. Here's the dish to Hansbrough. Now here is Augustine. Gay right side. 6 on the shot clock. The shot is off. Chicago leading by 12. Here's Heinrich. He's got 11. Here's Rose. Can't cash in from close range.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Out left to the wing. Three-pointer Augustine. Kirk Heinrich with the rebound. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Dang. Wants to get it to Rose, and does. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter.
And another gap in the defense found right there. This is one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen.
Hansbrough is screen on Rose. It's Gay with the drive, and Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
.158 left to play in the third. Ross kicks to Augustine. Gay outside. 5 to shoot. Ross passes to Gay. Looking to end the drought. They get it back. Hansbrough. Rejected by Dunleavy.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Coach. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Shots good by Gibson. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Bulls?
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shot.
And also the steals. I mean, they've really been harassing the ball today, forcing mistakes, really turning that into their advantage.
Here's Gay outside. Another miss by Gay. Chicago leading by 16. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, this summer, the Bulls broke ground on a new 60,000 square foot practice facility situated just east of the United Center. Starting next season, it will replace the 12-year-old Berto Center, a half-hour away in Deerfield, Illinois. The Bulls coming back downtown and doing it in style, in a state-of-the-art building with all the amenities, including a rooftop green terrace. Kevin?
Pretty impressive, Doris. Thanks.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Heinrich with it. Now defended by Ross. Dang kicks to Rose. Here's Gibson. Nice D from Hansbrough. And here's Fields. Here's Gay, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Dunleavy. You know, it's apparent there what a leader he is. Always communicating it and keeping everyone on the floor in sync.
Yeah, regardless of whether he's having an off night or not. And that's what makes him such a great leader. Just always trying to help his team any way he can.
And here's something else I love about him, guys. If one of his teammates is on the fringes of the game, maybe not as involved as he should be, then he takes it upon himself to get him involved.
First one falls for him. Gay hits them both. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Bulls leading by 14. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Bulls leading by 14. On the wings, Butler and Dang. Up front, Boozer and Noah. And it's Heinrich in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And Boozer gets it to go.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Now here is Lowry. Gay outside. And yes, sir, that one drops.
How huge has he been, giving his team the lift?
Without his work offensively, Steve, I don't know where they'd be. Shooting at great efficiency. I don't think they'd have a chance without him.
Lowry against Heinrich. The drive by Boozer. Feeds to Noah. Shot clock at 6. Here's Heinrich. But they get it back. Noah kicks to Boozer. From down in the low post, it goes. Boozer's got 10 points in just the second half. Raptors trail by 16. And here's Lowry. Valanciunas dishes to Johnson. Banked in off the glass.
That's really the area where they'd like all of their shots to come from.
Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Heinrich outside. Here's Noah, and it's Chicago scoring again.
Well, his shot's been pretty accurate today, but he has not had his usual share of opportunities.
Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. Lowry passes to Gay. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Gay lefts up. Tries from 10 and too long on the shot.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Now here's Boozer. Makes the most of the high percentage shot. Boozer's got 6 here in this quarter.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
Raptors trail by 18. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Heinrich. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Boozer. Heinrich kicks to Dang. Dishes it to Boozer. Johnson with the block, and he's able to get it back. Boozer gets the bucket.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Now here is Lowry. He dishes it to Gay. Gay gets a screen from Valanciunas. 5 on the clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
How about the game for Rudy Gay? 19 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
You know, guys, when Noah came out of Florida, most people viewed him as just an energy guy or a role player. But I tell you what, I always saw him as a highly skilled player. He could pass it, he could put it on the floor, was smart defensively. He's shown that he can anchor a defense, and he contributes double-doubles on a nightly basis.
Lowry against Heinrich. Outside Lowry. And he's good on the 3 ball.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
You know, for Noah Clark, as you were talking about, not just an energy guy, but Steve, he's a good ball handler. And he's a really good passer for one thing. You know, at the top of the circle, he's got a great view of the floor, and he really can find the guy.
Yeah, well, it's so important these days to be able to make plays off of screen and rolls for a big guy to be able to catch at the foul line off that drop pass and then either score or find another shooter on the perimeter. Noah is good as anybody at that.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He was intent on running the offense through Boozer. Coach has called on him to play a very big role at that end of the floor tonight, and as far as he's concerned, that hasn't quite taken shape yet. He also communicated to his players that he wants to see them consistently feeding the ball into the low post to get their bigs some easy looks. Gentlemen, some late-game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Right wing. And Valanciunas kicks to Gay. It's on target from the high post. Gay's got 22.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Boozer with a screen for Heinrich. Noah with a screen on Lowry. Heinrich dishes to Boozer. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. And that's 28 points for Carlos Boozer.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. Just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Lowry gets a screen from Johnson. Down low. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Screen by Boozer. Lowry against Heinrich. Lets it go from the wing. It's Boozer missing. Raptors trail by 16. Outside Lowry. A 3 ball, and he gets it to go. Lowry's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for Toronto.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Heinrich passes to Boozer. Passes it to Day. He kicks to Noah. The jump hook, and he gets the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 15. Toronto, they've gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7. Lowry kicks to Gay. The three-pointer, no good.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Heinrich dishes to Dang. Heinrich passes to Noah. Bulls moving the ball around. And there's Carlos Boozer on the assist by Butler. 30 points for Carlos Boozer.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Lowry kicks to Johnson. Gay right side. No good off the front iron. Chicago leading by 17. Heinrich outside. Here's Dang. The Bulls keep it alive. Butler dishes to Noah. And Valanciunas with the block. Up top to Rosen. Defended by Butler. And that one's good.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
And Chicago shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. Heinrich passes to Boozer. Back to Heinrich. Outside Boozer. 17-foot shot on the way.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Good. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Into the Bulls, shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Noah kicks to Butler. Trying to find Boozer, and he does now. The turnaround, that's good. Boozer's got 32 points.
The turnaround jumper, that was a thing of beauty.
Raptors trail by 15. Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. Can't get it to go. Great defense that time from Noah. And so here is Chicago. Butler dishes to Heinrich. Tries from 16. Carlos Boozer again. Boozer's got 34 points.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. Outside for Lowry. Back to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Fires top of the key. Jump shot is good. 19 points in the game.
Well, after all those struggles in the first half, he has really picked it up here in the second.
Heinrich kicks to Butler. Fires from the wing. Boozer no luck. Raptors trail by 15. The drive by Lowry. Left side Lowry. He sinks the 11-footer. Lowry's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Heinrich against Lowry. Heinrich dishes to Boozer. From 15 feet away, and it's Toronto with the rebound.
Well, I guess they can get them when they need them. That's a good job of getting to the miss.
The drive by Lowry. And it's Johnson with the jam.
You know, with that kind of height disadvantage, all the defender can do is look up, watch him punch it home, and hope he doesn't get landed on.
Here's Heinrich. Pass to Boozer. No luck. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Down low. Here's DeRozan. Misses off the right iron.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Heinrich outside. On the wing, Dang. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. You know, Clark, they've been out-rebounded by a big margin here today.
Yeah, but still it's a close game, Kevin. It all comes down to maybe just a handful of plays here.
That free throw, no good. Rose, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. And he's good on the second.
Well, Luol Deng, originally from South Sudan, his family moved to London when he was a teen, and then for him, on to the United States, a worldly player for sure, and he's been involved in a lot of causes, both here in the U.S. and internationally.
Toronto calls timeout. They're losing by 12. 1:35 left in the game. The pass to Gay. Rose against Lowry. Kicks it out to Johnson. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. And that's now 19 points for Johnson. And going back to Deng, so active off the court, helping Sudanese refugees, Basketball Without Borders, numerous charities. His parents instilled him with that kind of thoughtfulness.
Yeah, and he's also championed a lot of causes in the UK, campaigning to maintain funding for the British national team. Deng is passionate, both on and off the court. You just love his approach to the game and to life, Kevin.
Good point. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Boozer has been great. He has 9 rebounds and some big-time point production as well. That's dominance he's showing us.
You're not going to see displays like this one too often, guys.
He hits the second from the line. 1:15 left in the fourth. Lowry passes to Gay. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Gay's got 14 points now in the second half. And it's Butler with the jam.
And now just watching the clock wind down in what will turn out to be a win here for the Bulls.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
Yeah, I thought the subs came in and did an outstanding job, Kevin. Those points off the bench were huge.
And Toronto has possession after the Bulls pick up 2. DeRozan against Butler. Outside Lowry. Lets it go from deep. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Lowry.
Boy, I'll tell you what, since the beginning of the fourth quarter, the three-point shot has really just been there for them. Everything's fallen.
Yeah, the touch from downtown is right on point.
Now here's Rose. The feed to Noah. In low to Boozer. Deng kicks to Boozer. And he banks in the layup. Boozer's got 37.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 10. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A new group in now for the Raptors. Aaron Gray, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hansbrough comes in for Amir Johnson. Landry Fields checking in for Rudy Gay. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's good.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
Dunley, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Augustine dishes to Hansbrough. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Rose kicks to Heinrich. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, I'm here with Carlos Boozer. And Carlos, a great night on the boards for you and the team. How does this type of performance solidify that aspect of this team's identity?
You know, we know we're a good rebounding team, but when we're a great rebounding team, we can be anybody. And that was a focus for me, focus for everybody.
It was a great performance on the glass, Carlos. Great job. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan...
Gets even better.